Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whenever you're tuning in from and you're really watching my this video. What I've decided actually on mobile effects, what I'll be doing is I'll be sharing with you the insights, like deep analysis on how I'm really able to take a look at the marketplace. What are some of the things that I usually look at, so that you can really be able to understand how you can be able to trade on your own. For me personally, the goal is not just to give you signals. The goal is to make sure that you are actually a pro trader. You're actually able to look the market on with your own eyes at your own time when you're feeling like, and you are really able to take the trade. So first things first, I'll be able to share with you just an insight of yesterday's trades. I was able to share a trade on USD JPY. USD JPY, you can be able to see USD JPY. You are looking at this pullback to this zone, and then USD JPY pull back to the zone, and then it drops. GBP JPY pull back to this zone, it goes up, and then you see I usually give these signals on my Telegram group. So if you're not on this Telegram group, or you know a trader who will want to really understand how I usually trade, you can make sure that you're able. Euro USD, USD JPY took profit, Euro USD took profit. GBP JPY did not give us an entry confirmation, so we did not take the trade. So let me show you what happened exactly on these trades on the chart. You can be able to see on Euro USD as I'm shooting this video. This was our target zone. Okay, yesterday during New York session. Most of the time I usually trade during New York session. You can be able to see it came, tapped, gave us a drop of 39 pips. That's a 1:4 risk to reward. I'm always looking for take profit 110 pips, take profit 220 pips for Euro USD. USD JPY, I'm usually looking for around 40 pips because of its volatility. So it gave us 55 pips. You can be able to see this is the pullback that I was looking for. And GBP JPY also, I was looking for it to buy, but it actually just gave us a reversal trade, which 46 pips. But this one, it did not take this trade. I was looking for it to buy. So today I want to show you how I usually analyze the market, and we'll actually go to Euro USD. I'll remove all the drawings. Just want to make this as quick as possible. I'll remove all the drawings and I'll show you what I usually look at. So the first thing first is to look at today's on Tuesday. We're expecting today's on Wednesday. I'll just refresh this. Today is on Wednesday, so we are expecting. I'll first look at what is in the marketplace. So at 5, we have some USD news. All day Euro, CPI, we have some CPI on Euro. JPY at 8, we have news, but it will not be a lot. Australian dollar, we have some news. I think these ones have already passed. So Euro here on the Euro, will be having a lot of impact news, and also at 5 we have USD. So having that in mind, I usually now go to my charts, and now combining fundamental analysis and technical analysis. So stick around up to the end of this video so that you may get everything I do. So I start analyzing my chart from the weekly charts to the 1 minute, the 5 minutes chart. So let's do this. So on the weekly chart, what am I being able to see? I'm really able to see Euro USD was able to drop, and we're really getting this pullback, which is an upwards momentum. So I'm being able to look at my supply and demand zones. So for Euro USD, on the weekly chart, this is a demand zone, but this demand zone has been able to be used, so it is not valid. We'll remove it. A demand zone that I'm seeing for Euro USD in the weekly time frame is actually here. Then I'll be able to take a look at another demand zone on the weekly time frame. can be able to say this one here, which has already been used, and remove it. The demand zone. So I think on the weekly, I'm looking at this as a demand zone that has not been used here. So okay, so it's either price comes back here or continues moving up, and I'll be able just to confirm that right now. I'll still go to the daily time frame. On the daily time frame, I'm also looking at this is a supply zone that I'm able to identify here that was not touched, and you can be able to see that USD actually pulled to this supply zone, touched it on the daily time frame, and it's giving this move. Okay, so on the daily time frame, where am I expecting? I think on the daily time frame, I have also this is a supply zone that has not been touched. So this now at least gives me like the market direction. So at least I've been able to identify that USD has been able to tap into a supply zone, and you can see my zones, it always taps them to the peak and drops. So it has tapped this supply zone, it is giving it this push. So I think on this week I'm actually looking at this as my this as my target. I believe USD will be able to drop up to this to be able to get another reaction. So right now I'm looking at bearish. I'm looking at sales. So this is a supply zone here. So I'll still go to the 4 hours time frame. The 4 hours time frame, and we will take a look at supply or demand zones that have not actually been used. I get here, I'm able to see this. This is actually a demand zone here. Let's confirm it has actually been touched. The demand zone has actually been touched. Okay, but you have seen on the daily time frame, it's like this demand zone will actually been broken. Continue to this target here. So I think we'll actually just wait and see if price breaks this demand zone here. I don't think there's anything that will be stopping price from. This will be our next target here. This will be our next target. So having that in mind now, you're able to see that also this was a daily supply zone that was created here. So if it fails also to break this, if it fails also to break this demand zone, we are going to be taking a look at a target to a pullback on this zone to be able to have the sales continuation having a target to this level. So after doing that, the next thing I usually do is I've already identified my zones. So I now get into an indicator that will help me trade using time zones. So I'll switch on my indicator on, and I usually look at previous days and highs of London and New York session. So if I am trading on Wednesday, I will look at London, New York session on Monday and Tuesday. What happened during those days? So let's get into it. I'll look at two previous high and lows. So as you can see, I've first done my top-down analysis. So here is my previous day high. This was the highest point where it got during London, and this was the lowest point where it got during New York. And then I'll come here again. This was the highest point it got during London. I'll mark this as the recent previous day high. No, I'm looking at it. This one should be actually on this one. So I'll put is 2 days. So this one was London, New York for Tuesday. This was London, New York on Monday. So I'll draw it there. Highest point that it got during that day, lowest point. Where was the lowest point? Was it here? Yes, it was here. I'll draw it as previous low of day. I usually mark it with the dotted lines. Previous low of day, dotted lines, and then recent, the most recent high of day. This was on Tuesday, was here, and the most recent low of day, which was on Tuesday, was actually here. Okay, okay. So let me just confirm if all those things are okay. Most recent high of day during London, New York was here. Most recent low of day during London, New York was here. Previous high of day during London session was here. Previous low of day during London, New York session was here. So I'm done with that indicator. Thank you very much. It has been able to help me identify my zones. So now what am I looking for? So I'll be able to look for price to move during London and New York session. Most of, as you know, if you're in my Telegram group, I usually trade during New York session because price will have already made its own movement. If it's moving up or moving down, it will have already showed me the direction that it's moving. So it's usually so clear for me during New York session where price is heading. So I believe during New York session, I'll be able to have identified that. So these are some of the things that you'll be looking at today. If price will have broken this demand zone, target will be this demand zone here. So we'll be looking at selling. If it will have failed to break this demand zone and continue moving up, we'll be looking at buying, this being our target. Okay, so now how do I look at this? So right now I'll be able to wait for London session to open, and when London session opens, I'll be able to see where price is moving. So I'll be able now to come here now on the 1 hour time frame. The 1 hour time frame, I'll be able to say that this here is a supply zone on the 1 hour time frame. This is a supply zone. Okay, and 15 is still the same supply zone. 5 is still the same supply zone. Yes, right. So most probably when London opens, we'll be able to have a pullback towards this new supply that has been formed, and we'll be able to have a continuation. So this is just objectively like just looking, or we'll be able to see this one continuing here, coming back to this zone, coming up, failing to break it, and moving up. So you can see this is the reason why I usually trade during London session, but during New York session, because price will have already showed me exactly where it is moving. So let's take a look at demand zone. Demand zone. Okay, so this is the demand zone here. 1 hour time frame. 15 minutes time frame. The M15 is where the demand zone is. And then 5. The M5 here is where the demand zone is. Okay. So most probably I'll just wait for euro for I'll just wait for euro USD to just make its movement during London session. Okay, if London session it comes, it gives me like this push. You can see it has started buying. So if it gives me this push, breaking all this, forming a new high, definitely I'll be looking to continue buying. If it comes, taps into this zone, continue breaking, comes break this low of day, comes break previous low of day, comes also break this previous low of day. So I will know that we are moving towards the downward direction. So always look for always wait for price to make its movements. Okay, so that is the strategy. I'll be able to do the other analysis on the other currencies, and I'll be able to share with you guys on the Telegram group. So if you want also to learn how exactly, what am I looking at, what are the settings of this indicator, how am I really drawing how am I really drawing this high of days, and you can be able to see just from my past, like just from my past trades, price usually tapped onto this blue line, like you can see on this trade, just tapped into it and dropped. Okay, look at this, tapped into it and dropped. Okay, that is what price usually do. So if you want to learn exactly how am I really the settings on that indicator, if you want to learn how I am drawing my supply and demand zones, why am I drawing these supply zones, what is it based on, right? I usually draw my supply zone based on different things that I'm looking at. I have a free webinar that I've done, I recorded, showing you step by step details. It is on the description below. Just make sure to register, make sure to watch each and everything. And also, if you want to get into a one-on-one training session whereby I coach you on my trainings and personal trading strategies, just look at the webinar. I've also showed you how you can be able to gain on my classes on that webinar. And then after that, let's meet on the other side, guys.